Hello, this is Music Man from his man cave, and my two fans said they, really enjoy some of my advice on things that are going on and what's happening. So thank you very much. I'll read more of your comments, and I'll tell you how much I appreciate that there's at least a couple of people that think that my stuff is pretty fun and cool. Some bad stuff is coming down, huh? What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do? This is it. This is the end for all of us. I'm not going out there. Not those things running around. You can count me out. Emotionalism, drama, whatever you want to call it. I feel like right now the media is full-time baiting you and me. And they want us to take sides, and I think it's just working up maybe to the election next year. But let's talk about it. All that's going on in the media right now, I don't really pay much attention. I catch a few things on MSN.com, like most people. And I'm like, oh, okay. What does the car edition say? Or what's going on in sports? And but I don't get too worked up. So, let's talk about this. Are they trying to put a hook in your jaw? I think so. Trying to put the hook in your jaw. And the media leading you where they want you to go. Let's talk about it. Hello friends, Music Man from his man cave. I suppose I should be outraged. I suppose I should be freaking out. Sorry to disappoint. Not happening. Okay, what's been going on the last few months? And it culminated in the last few days or whatever. My daughter, who is more into Facebook and everything that I am, I've kind of gotten away from Facebook because I got tired of people bragging. She told me that the Supreme Court made a really, really terrible decision. In her opinion, and probably in most people's opinion, in my opinion. But what is this really all about? Emotional thinking. To get people riled up. Get them really riled up on the far left. Get them really riled up on the far right. And I've told you guys before, I am not a Republican. And I am not a Democrat. I'm a monarchist. What does that mean? That means I serve a king. And this is not my country. It's a temporary place where I am, and I'm invested. I'm patriotic. But America's in moral decay. Tell me something I don't know. Yeah, America's been in moral decay for a long time. I mean, look back at some of the movies that have come out even since the 1920s through 1950s. Scandalous. Some of the great movies that the Academy Awards say are so great. Check out that great old, in the 60s, Midnight Cowboy. So what do I have to say about all this? Well, I'll give you a warning. This is a hook. They're trying to put a hook in your jaw. This is emotional thinking, emotional tactics. CNN versus Fox News, and they're both trying to rile you up and get your blood pressure up and get you freaking out about something you can't do anything about. That rhymed. That was pretty good. So, emotional thinking at its highest. If they get you to think emotionally, then you will make rash decisions. Yeah, some insane kid killed people. Okay? Yeah, he was nuts. So now they want to burn all the Confederate flags. Emotional thinking at the height. That would have happened whether there would have been a Confederate flags or not, because that kid's nuts, and he was fed propaganda from the time he was a little kid. Has very little to do with the Confederate flag more than it has to do with bad parenting. And so now they're trying to get you all riled up, and they're putting a hook in your jaw for the election next year. And this is not going to go away, folks. This is going to escalate. Why? Oh, you think the Republicans are outraged? They love this. They're like James Jameson in Spider-Man, a freak with eight arms running the streets. We're lucky. And that's what the Republicans are feeling right now. They're feeling thrilled about this because they're going to use this. big time in the election next year. And get ready for it. They are. They don't want this to go away. They want your vote. I told you, two things politicians want: your vote and your money. Here's the evidence. We had 8 years of a Republican president. And did all those things that people were outraged about go away? No. Okay? They continue right on. Study your history. You think that the rainbow people, their rights were violated? Study World War II, when they rounded up all the Japanese and threw them in prison. You want to find out about rights being violated? How'd you like that? Now that's true. It's truly your civil rights being violated. And so they want us to, they want an emotional reaction from you. They want you to think illogically. And I will tell you that when you think irrationally, that's when you spend money, that's when you get depressed, that's when you make mistakes. And so my thoughts on this are: stay calm. Keep on doing what you're doing. Pay your bills. Work hard. Save your money. Put it into IRAs. Put it into Roth IRAs. Put it into your fill up your 401k. Those are the things that are going to help this country in the long run. Right now, I'm not so concerned about, 5% or less of the country getting their Social Security and their tax breaks? That's what this was really all about. That's why it had to be called marriage. Okay? It wasn't to slap Christians in the face. They wanted that title because that title comes with some money benefits, some big money benefits. And so there you go. That's what they wanted, and they got it. So the Republicans, that's going to be their platform now, going into the election. And Hillary's not helping out her party at all. Yikes. Even her own party doesn't trust her. Yeah, people believe that she's elected, that the country's going to go to hell in a handbasket. Well, we elected a Muslim president, and he's obviously a Muslim. He comes from a Muslim background, and he comes from a very left, far left, hate America background, and he's thrown his best at this country, and it still chugs right along. Sorry. I think all the drama has been gone a little bit on to the wackadoo side, if you ask me. So anyway, moving on with, I digress, moving back to what this is all about. They want you to get you to thinking emotionally rather than rationally. People need to pay attention to what's really happening in this country. People are not saving enough money. People are retiring dead broke because they're buying the shiny. They're buying $40,000 vehicles they can't afford, and they're also going out and buying a mortgage that they can't afford and they can never pay off in a lifetime. And then one day they're going to go into retirement, and they ain't going to be able. They're not going to have a pot to pee in. That's what's really going down. That's what's really happening here. And so they're taking your mind off really what's important, what's really happening in this country, and getting you outraged about something that's minuscule. Minuscule. So you think that this 5% is going to bankrupt us, get on Social Security? Our military spends 10 times the largest militaries in the world. 10 times. Look it up on the internet. You have an information database with the internet. 10 times. I think China's getting their first, major big, military boat thingy, and it's a rusted out hand-me-down. Pay attention to the real news. What's really going on? Stop being baited into this drama and this emotional thinking that has nothing to do with what's really going on in America. We're heading for a financial crisis. And the reason we're heading for a financial crisis is because nobody knows what's going on. No one's paying attention to the real stories. You're going to have to learn to read between the lines to pay attention. So, that's my thoughts on what is going on here in the last few months. You'll want to look at my movie reviews. I've seen some really good ones. In the last few months, I was amazed how much I enjoyed them. I thought they were fun. But read a book. Read a good book you haven't read. Well, watch some classic movies. That's what I've been doing. Enjoy them. Go for a walk. Go for a walk on the beach. Play some board games. I'll tell you that the Republicans are decrying that God's going to rain down judgment from the sky. And yeah, in the future, but not now. And the Democratic Party is all throwing a circus or a parade or whatever and putting rainbow colors everywhere. So what? I don't care. I mean, you know, God's been good to me. And so learn to think. Pay attention to what's going on logically, rationally in an irrational world. Don't let them bait you with stuff that really, in the full scheme of things, is going to be forgotten as soon as the election's over. The government has made terrible decisions for the last 200 years, and they'll continue to make terrible decisions, or the Supreme Court or whoever. How will it affect you? Probably not very much. You won't see much effect from it. The facts are the facts. Anyway, have a great one. Let me know what you want me to talk to you about. Let me know what movies you just gotta know about. Even classic movies. I'll watch them for you. Music Man from his man cave. Talk to you later.